guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to see you here. So in today's video, it's gonna be part 3 of my makeup collection. And if you haven't seen the first two, I'm gonna link them both in this side of the screen, and obviously you will have to click up in the corner if you want to watch them. But basically, this was supposed to be only 2 parts, but then I realized yesterday that it's gonna be way too long and no one's gonna watch like an hour and a half of a video of me talking about my collections, because that's how long it would have been initially, the second part. So this is why we have this part of the video. And there's not too much left, but also at the end there's a mini declutter where I just got rid of just a few products that I'm not gonna use anymore, or if it's too old. So if you wanna see that, please just, you know, hang around. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing by the end of this. But for now I'm gonna go so we can just hop into the rest of my collection and then the clutter at the end. And again, I'm gonna look different from this just because it was filmed on another day, because it was only supposed to be 2 parts. But here is part 3. The last row, it has an Illamasqua cream blush in the shade Zygomatic, I think is how you pronounce it. It's just a really nice neutral color that could work almost as a light bronzer as well on me sometimes. And I think a few people mentioned that you can contour with it. I don't think it would work on me as a contour. It's not cool toned enough for it, but it's a really nice formula. If you like cream blushes, try out the Illamasqua ones. The formula is super nice. Then I have one of the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blushes. This one is in the shade Ecstasy. And this one is really nice to perk up your complexion because of that nice brighter peach in the middle. And there we go, that's just the middle shade over there. It perks up my complexion so nicely. And the packaging is just luxe. I mean, it's Charlotte Tilbury, of course it's gonna be. Another cult classic that I don't have to even tell the name, I think everyone's gonna know. Of course, it's Milani Luminoso. It's beautiful, it's glowy. Again, lovely blush from the drugstore. Then another drugstore one is the Essence, the blush in the shade 40 Beloved. This is one of the newest blushes in my collection, and I actually haven't cracked it out a lot, so I should definitely do that. It's a really nice blushy pink color. There we go, that's the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Essence one. I find blushes are really hard to swatch, but it's a really nice color. I should definitely, you know what, I'm gonna, oh my god, I dropped it. Oh, it's fine. I'm gonna leave it out next to my Pico eyeshadow so I don't forget to use it. Yeah, sometimes you just have to do these sort of things when you have a sizable collection. Next one is the Max Factor Cream Puff Blush in the shade Gorgeous Berries. And I have another one that I think is called Seductive Pink that I just put in my Graveyard Project pan. I'm gonna put the link to the intro in the cards. This is a slightly darker version, so this one mostly suits me in the summer. I just have to use a lighter hand, but this actually has a fairly nice formula. Then I have 2 cream blushes from Bobbi Brown. These both been in project pans before, so I can get more use out of them. This one is in the shade Calypso Coral. That's a super nice, like, well, coral as the name suggests, and it brightens up the complexion so nicely. Then one that gives a really nice rosy tint to the cheeks is the shade Rose. This is a lot more red toned, and this one I actually prefer on the lips. You can see they both have pen on them, and I should definitely get more use out of them, but they are so pigmented. I had them again for a while, but that's fine. Then another super old one that I don't want to tell you how old it is, from Topshop, and it's still in the old packaging, and this one is called Head Over Heels. And I remember Tanya Burr, I think, or Zoella used to talk about this. And obviously I had to get it. It's really nice. It still works really well. It's still super creamy, super pigmented with the smallest touch of the finger. And then this one is a weird one. This is the Lipstick Queen Open Secret Oxymoron Matte Gloss. And it is an oxymoron because it says it's matte, but then it says it's gloss. And this one is actually not my favorite. It has a really weird, thick formula. And I don't know. I don't love it on the lips. I don't love it on the cheeks. But then I don't want to get rid of it. And it's almost the same as the Topshop one. It's just a bit brighter. So that's the Topshop one. This is the Lipstick Queen one. It's just really thick and you don't seem to be able to warm it up. The packaging is really nice though, and I want to get use out of it because it was not the cheapest and I hate wasting my money. Another one I love though is the MUA Luxe Whipped Velvet Brush in the shade Chi Chi Blush, not Brush. This is a super nice pinky corally shade that just brightens up the complexion. You can build it up really nicely, and as the name suggests, it's called whipped. It's a really moussey texture and I love it. It's so beautiful. If they still do these, I don't know, but check them out. They are beautiful, although I don't see MUA around that often anymore. And this one is, I think, my oldest Becca product. This is the Beach Tint Shimmer Souffle in the shade Papaya Topaz. Papaya? I said that really wrong. But this one is basically one of their beach tints and one of their highlighters mixed together. Well, as far as I understand, I'm pretty sure that's what this was. This is from like a collection from a few years ago when Becca didn't even have stands in the UK apart from Space NK. And I remember I ordered it online from Space NK when this went on discount, and it's such a nice peachy, bronzy kind of color. It's actually super flattering on the skin, especially in the summer with a tan. This is so nice. Look at that. So nice. I love this. That the smallest amount goes a long way, so you don't need to use a lot of it at all. And then on the side I have a few bigger items and a few creamy and creamy and liquid products. So I have a big highlighter that's from Too Faced and it's in the shade Canary Diamond. Again, at the moment it's just a touch too dark for me, but it's so beautiful, and this one is not for the faint-hearted. It's really strong, but it's a beautiful highlight. Then I said I have another rainbow one, and I do. This one is slightly different from the Essence one though. This is the Unicorn's Heart Rainbow Highlighter from I Heart Makeup, which I'm pretty sure is the same as Revolution. Now the box is super chunky, but the highlighter itself is nice. It has slightly different colors to the Essence one, so I get use out of both of them. It's just hard to tell because obviously these are not ones I would reach for all the time, but this has a bit of purple in there as well, which I like. And I have a palette from Sleek, and this is the Precious Metals highlighting palette. And I remember when everyone was talking about the other palette and I didn't realize there's two of them, so I bought this one and then now I'm stuck with it. So this one has 3 cream highlighters and 1 powder. And it's an okay formula. I don't crack it out too open. It's fine. It's not my favorite, but it's not horrendous either. I just, with all my other highlighters, don't reach for this too often. Then I have a cream, or a liquid highlighter from NYX. It's the Sun Goddess Liquid Illuminator. And this used to be in my professional kit, but now that I don't freelance anymore, I moved it over to my personal kit, and it works quite nice under like a bronzer, and I only have half of it left, so I decided not to throw it away. Again, on me it's too dark, but it works nicely as like a nice glowy base under a bronzer, almost like a cream bronzer, so you know, you can always repurpose it. Then another cream highlighter from the old Topshop range is the Glow Polished. No, it's just called Topshop Glow in the shade Polished, and this is a cream highlighter as well. That's actually quite nice. I just sometimes forget that I have it, but there's nothing wrong with it. It works nice. I think I prefer the blush, even though I probably use this more often than the blush, funnily enough. But it's a nice product. Then a liquid highlighter that I love, and I wish I had another one of this. Maybe I can maybe pick up another one, is the Becca Glow Silk Highlighter Drops, again in Champagne Pop. This was part of the summer limited edition as well, and my camera doesn't want to focus. Look how empty that is. It's almost fully gone. It's more than half of it gone. It's beautiful on top of a foundation, or just mixed in with the foundation, mixed in with a body lotion on the body. There are so many ways to use it, and I got it last summer, and it's almost gone, and I'm already dreading the day when it is. But for when it does, I have another highlighter from Becca in Champagne Pop, but this is the iconic Shimmering Skin Perfector, so you know, this will be there to help me through the days once the other one is gone, although this is slightly different. I find that this is a lot more natural and neutral, a bit more glow from within kind of glow, if it makes sense. The drops are a bit more intense. Then I have the Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury, and you've seen me use it in plenty of videos. I do love this. Then I have a Becca Beach Tint in the shade Raspberry. I still wish I could have gotten Watermelon before these were gone because they got discontinued, but what can you do? I would just use Raspberry. It's a bit more purpley, so I prefer this when I have a bit of a tint, or in the autumn time. That's when I crack this out more often. Then another drops that I have is the Revolution Liquid Highlighter, and this is the shade Unicorn Elixir. Now this one is a bit oily, so I don't use it too often. I got really excited when I've seen this, but honestly it's just a bit too oily. The color of it is quite nice though. It has a slight purple tint to it. It's that typical unicorny, mermaidy kind of glow. Again, it's really hard for the camera to pick these up. The purple doesn't really come through there, but it's just a bit oily, and I'm afraid it's gonna like break up my foundation. I should just try it. I don't know if I did before, but never mind. Next one is the Fenty Cinnamon Match Stick, and again, is this a highlighter? Is this a bronzer? I don't know. I use this similarly to that NYX liquid where I just use this under bronzer, because as you can see on me it's quite dark, and it came in a duo with the Fenty Shady Biz bronzer. I will link my review in the cards as well. I did like a first impressions mini review on these and two lipsticks from the collection last summer, so you can check it out if you want to. And then now we can move on to the lip products that I might have to get out because you can't really see in the back there. So in the first little holder, again, this was just my chocolate tin. I have, oh, this is not supposed to be there. I have all my Chubby sticks and pencils. So I have one from Revlon that used to be like huge in the day. This one is in the shade Striking, just Striking, if I could talk. And this is a super nice, vibrant, reddy kind of color. Then this one used to be my favorite. This is from Bourjois, and the shade name is already gone, but it used to be something with a plum. These were really nice. They were so creamy and hydrating. Another one from Bourjois is this one, which is called, oh, this one is Plum Russian. This one is called Orange Punch. And I forget that I have these, but these used to be the only things I used to wear for a long time. It's lovely. And then I have a Sigma pencil. It's a lip base in the shade Mirth, I think is how you pronounce it. It's a beautiful pinky reddy kind of color. It's super nice. Then for some reason I have a Revlon thing in there because I didn't know where to put this. This is the Color Stay Ultimate Suede. That's just a really nice light peachy color as well. Right there. This is super natural and it's a really nice cream formula. Then I have one from Revlon again. That's just a really nice natural pink. These are always quite nice that just glide on. They are super comfortable. I hope this is still the same. Sorry, my battery died on me. I've been filming for a while now. But this one from Kiko is a genius. This, they don't have a great shade selection. I'm not sure what it's called. Hold on, let me see if I can still find it. Crayon Gloss. It's just in the shade 12, which is a beautiful dark nude. It has a slight plummy tint to it, but it applies from a pencil, but it's a gloss and it's fairly long lasting as well. I just wish they had better colors, but oh, I love it so much. I mean, look how tiny it is. Of course I love it. This was a lot bigger. Then I have a lipstick from Lush that I barely use. This is the Clever Humor lipstick, I assume, in the shade Witty. And I'm not sure what I thought when I bought this, but I clearly thought I'm gonna be one of those girls who can pull this off. And I maybe use it once. It's quite nice though to brighten the purple lipstick in the middle. But look how white of a purple it is. I mean, who did I think I was? I don't know. But if I use this by itself, it washes me out. I can make it work though, just it doesn't happen often. Then I have one from Avon that's a similar setup, and then I have two art sticks from Bobbi Brown. One is in the shade Electric Pink and the other one is in the shade Hot Orange. I love these both. They are super nice and they are in a nice pencil form, so they are fairly easy to use. And I used to love these. You can tell Bobbi Brown used to be a brand that I love. It's just a shame that they are not cruelty free. Then I have a few lipsticks here. I'm not gonna swatch them all because we're gonna be here for ages. You've already seen in the previous part my favorite and fancier lipsticks that are out on the top of my vanity. So I have one from NYX. It's the butter lipstick in the shade Little Susie, which is actually super nice. I have two from Topshop in the shade Nevada and Innocent. Then two Kate lipsticks. Now again, who remembers these? These used to be iconic back in the day. Everyone used to talk about them. I have the shade 20, which is this really hot Barbie pink color. And then I have 30, which is a more vampy purpley shade. That's perfect in the winter time. Look at them, that Barbie pink as well. Oh, so nice. That's the shade I'm wearing in the intro as well, together with this Revlon one that we're gonna come up to. They just make a really nice combination. And I have one from Maybelline that I love. This is the shade Vintage Pink. That's like a pinky, mauvey kind of color. It's beautiful. And I should probably take these swatches off. Hold on. So I can swatch more. Then we have two from Revlon that are not my favorites, but they're okay. Then I have one from ASOS that's in the shade Out There. Does someone know? I'm pretty sure ASOS makeup is cruelty free as far as I know. It's a really nice bright orangey kind of, well, it's a peachy orange. It's really nice. And then another blast from the past. Who remembers these Revlon ones? I used to have another one that was a shade Papaya. That was my favorite and I already used this up. But this is the other one that I used together with the Kate lipstick. This is the shade Sorbet. That's just a super bright pink. And these both barely have anything left on them. And that's why I'm holding on to them, because I want to use them up. And then this one is the shade Macaron, which is a bit more red. So again, that's Sorbet and Macaron. They are super pretty. I love them. They're just so comfortable to wear. I wish Revlon was cruelty free, because again, they are another drugstore brand who I loved. And then this is another iconic lipstick from Revlon in the shade Black Cherry. The ultimate vampy lip color for the autumn. I think again I heard Tanya Burr or like Zoella or someone talk about it, and that's why I bought it. You can tell who I used to watch back in the day. Then we have 4 Milani lipsticks in here. And I have a matte formula that's Blissful, another matte that's Glam, then Uptown Mauve and Violet Walt. And these are super nice on the lips. They smell really nice and fruity as well. I got them a few years ago for Christmas from my mum. Let me swatch them for you. They're all super nice. There's these two and then those two that are from Milani. If there are any products as well that you would like me to use and see in action, let me know. Then I have a nude one here from Bourjois that's actually really comfortable to wear. Now this one was really cool. It's from Maybelline. It's Tropical Pink from the Color Sensational line. And this was one of those see-through jelly-like lipsticks. And this one is a really nice pink on the lips. It looks like those bright pink lip tints. That's exactly what it looks like on the lips. Then here I have 2 from Avon that I don't reach for too often, but for some reason I don't want to throw them away. Then I have one from Boutique that's actually a really nice nude. And it's super comfortable and not really long lasting. It's a really glossy finish, but it has a really nice color. If you just like a nice nude, this one is the shade Mocha. So again, if you live in the UK, you can find it in Sainsbury's. Then I have here one from Inglot that's just a super dark brown. And this is a matte formula. I have to say, it's really drying. The packaging is really nice, so it's so slick. Then I have one from Tanya Bird that I recently used in one of my videos. This is the shade Happily Ever After. I'm gonna link again the video up in the corners, or if I can't do that anymore, I'm gonna link it down below because you can only link 5 cards. But this is super nice and one of my favorites. Are you ready for cuteness overload? This is from the brand, I think, Paul and Joe. And they have these refillable lipstick holders. And this one has dogs and flowers on it. It's adorable. I love dogs. And then the lipstick is from a limited edition I think they had with cats. You can see there's a cat there. And then you roll it up and there's another cat on the bullet. I hope you can still see it. It's so sweet. It's a really nice natural pink color as well. And even if I ever use up the lipstick, which I doubt I will ever go through it, I will never get up the lipstick itself, as in the case, because it's so cute. Then in the back I have 3 Muji holders that stack on top of each other. So in one of the biggest one, I have my lip glosses. Can I get it out? Let's start with the small one, it's easier to get out. So this one has liquid lipsticks in there and a few bullet lipsticks that doesn't fit anywhere else. So I have the mini Kat Von D studded lipstick in the shade Lolita, which is beautiful. And I have a MAC limited edition lipstick that's in the shade Leap of Delight. That's a really nice wimpy color as well, but it's a really purple based. Then I have a small one from Burberry that's in the shade Military Red, which is a beautiful classic red. And the last bullet lipstick in here is from MAC and it's the Rihanna collaboration and it's the shade Riri Vu. That's exactly the shade, same as Ruby Vu, by the way. And this was my first ever MAC lipsticks, even though I don't use it a lot anymore and it's getting really old. I'm still keeping it because of the memories and I don't think I can ever get rid of it. This is the OCC Lip Tar in the shade Black Dahlia. Do you remember when these were all over the place? And OCC I always thought was one of those really underrated makeup artist brand, and nowadays no one really talks about them. I don't really see their products anymore either. So I'm not sure if they are still existing, but they were cruelty free as well. And that's really nice, but you only need the smallest bit, so I don't think I will ever get rid of it, and you can really nicely build it up. Then this is from a kit from Too Faced where you got 2 of the metallic and 2 of the normal melted lipsticks. I think it was like one of their Christmas sets, and you have melted metallic macaron, melted chihuahua, melted peony and berry, and my favorite is definitely the melted chihuahua. That's just a really nice nudie color, but I got really good use out of all of them. And I remember when these came out, everyone was talking about these as well. To be fair, I love macaron as well and berry. I love all of them. They are amazing and they are so comfortable to wear. They are fairly long lasting. I love these. But I'm quite happy I only have the small one because I have so many products. I clearly don't need the full size. Oh, my leg is really going to sleep. Oh. Then I have one from Pupa that I don't use too often, but the color of it is really nice. It's just not a formula that dries comfortably, but it's a really nice, bold pink color. Pupa is not a brand that seems to be really popular here. It's more popular at home. And then this is from an Italian brand, Wycon. And it's a long-lasting liquid lipstick. And I bought this when I was in Milan. They are cruelty-free. And it's such a nice red color. It's quite comfortable to wear as well. I don't know why I don't use it more often. Well, I mean I do. It's because I have way too many other products. This one is from Jeffree Star and it's the Velour liquid lipstick in the shade 714. This was limited edition and I love it both on the lips and as an eyeliner. But it's just not a color I can always pull off. It's a really pale pink. It looks beautiful though. Oh, look at my hand. Look at all the colors. I love swatches. This video really makes me excited to crack out my collection. Then I have 2 powder lip products from L'Oreal. These are quite interesting. Then I have this NYX Powder Puff Lippy in the shade Puppy Love. And I'm not gonna lie, I bought it because of the shade name. But also it's a beautiful, like muted peachy kind of color. It's really interesting. It almost looks like a stain on the lips, but it's a more powdery formula. And it feels so nice. I'm going to leave this out again because I want to use it. Then I have a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Transylvania. This is a really nice purpley product as well, although with this one you have to be careful because it can be a bit patchy sometimes. Then I have two of the NYX Liquid Suede lipsticks, and I have a grey one which is called Fox Stone, I think. No, Stone Fox. And then I have a purple one, and that one is called Amethyst. And they are both super nice. They're fairly comfortable as well. I wore them quite a few times, but obviously these are not colors that I wear every day. That's Stone Fox. And then Amethyst is this really vibrant but fairly dark purple. Oh, they are so nice. And then this one is from Boutique, and this is in the shade Rustic Orange, and it's a really nice pumpkin-y kind of color. And this is actually quite nice as well. Again, it's from Sainsbury's, so if you're not in the UK, you can't really get hold of it. But this is such a nice color, and I can already see in the autumn I will get it out plenty of times, and it's going to be quite nice in the summer as well with like some orangey lid. Beautiful. These from Muji just stack nicely on top of each other, so it's quite handy. The last one, the biggest one, holds my lip glosses. So again, I have one from Avon, one from Max Factor that I actually really love, then one from Illamasqua. Sorry, I'm not gonna swatch all of these because this video is already way too long. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. This one I really love. It's from Urban Decay. It's the Hi-Fi Shine. The Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss in the shade Candy Flip. And it's this nice purple, but it has a bit of a blue tone to it as well. It's not that nice by itself, but on like a pink lipstick or on a red, that's when the true colors really come out. There's another one from Urban Decay. This is the Wise lip gloss in the shade Fever. Again, by itself it's not that special, but when you use it on top of a lipstick, it's beautiful. It has a bit of a reddy, goldy flip to it. And then I have two lip glosses from Buxom. One of them is in the shade Debbie, and the other one is in the shade Kanani. One is a bit more peach, the other one is a bit more pink, and these are actually really nice, but they have quite a minty formula to them. Then this one is super nice, but it's unfortunately not cruelty free. It's the Oh My Gloss from Rimmel. This is such a comfortable, creamy formula. It feels so nice on the lips. Then I have one from Avon from their Luxe collection. That's a really nice bright color, and actually this feels super nice on the lips as well. Another one I love is from, I don't even think this is a brand anymore. It's called Manhattan, and this is the High Shine lip gloss. And I think the shade is just 45L, and this is a really nice reddy color, but it's just still, even after all these years, it's super old. Don't want to tell you how old, but there it is. It's so pigmented, it smells good, it feels super comfortable, it's a brilliant product. Then I have the Champagne Cream from Becca, and the really similar shade is this from NARS, that's just called Gold Digger, and it's just a deluxe size. Then I have two of the Milani Amore metallic lip creams. I have one that's more orange and one that's more purple. I don't use these too often, but they are beautiful. Obviously I just have quite a lot. Then I have one from Benefit, that's the Coralista gloss. That's actually really nice on the lips if you just want a little bit of a gloss with the smallest hint of color. And then this one I wouldn't mind getting in a full size. This is the Sweet Peach Lip Oil from Too Faced. And it's super cute. Look at the little peach on the top of it. Oops. How can you not like it? It has a smiling peach on it. And honestly, these are a lot easier to get to than what it looks like, probably for you. But this is the only way I can store them. And finally, we are done. This drawer is super full. It was super long. And we have two more left. I'm sorry, I know you can see my foot in the background and my charging cables, but you know, I have to somehow fit everything in here. So with this drawer, it's mainly my eyeshadows, and I'm not gonna go in depth with this just because you've already seen my eyeshadow collection If you haven't, I'm gonna, again, it's already been linked in the cards. So you can click on the little eye in the corner and see that video. I only have a few new eyeshadow palettes since that video, so I'm gonna share those with you. So the only palettes that are new since you last seen my collection will be this one, which is the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette. And I've already had it in some tutorials and in my Paris haul from Sephora. It's beautiful. It's such a nice formula, and I definitely understand the hype and why so many people love these. It's so nice. This is quite a unique color combination in my collection as well. I love this. This is my favorite shade, those two together, and with that one just as a liner, those three work so well. But this one is a really unique greeny gold in my collection as well. I love this. Then I bought the NYX Ultimate Edit palette, and this is the Brights version. Again, I already have a Use Them Shadows video with this that I'm gonna link, and that's what it looks like. Now, once you blend it on the eyes, it's more pastels than really brights, but you know, it's okay. It's just, I would wish they would say pastels rather than brights, because I think that's more fitting. But nonetheless, I welcome this in my collection. I love colors. Then I also got for Christmas the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette that I have a video up with, and also I love this. It's so nice. I don't know if I had my Fenty palette back then, because I got this for Christmas as well. So in case it doesn't, this is the Moroccan Spice palette from Fenty. I don't know if this is in my video already or not. I can't remember. I think I filmed it before Christmas. So if I did, then this is a palette I got for Christmas as well from my boyfriend. And it's super beautiful. My favorite shade from the whole palette is this one, which is, I think, called Mirage, I think. I always have trouble with the names, but you can definitely see, well, hopefully, that one is a really well-loved shade already. I love this palette. There are so many different looks that you can do with this. It's beautiful. And then I think the last one that I got for Christmas that might not be in that video is this palette from Becca. That's for the face and the cheeks. And this is the Champagne Pop palette. So this has the Champagne Pop highlighter on the side. So now I have a double of it. And then these 4 shades are limited to the palette. My favorite shade is definitely this pinky one. It's so nice on the eyes and on the cheeks as well, actually. Sorry, it's getting a bit late, so it's getting a bit dark, but it's a beautiful shadow on the eyes. These two together are super nice. The only thing that annoys me that this doesn't open all the way unless I break that bit there. It's sort of like you break the book. So I don't want to do that, but the colors are beautiful, and it's quite nice for traveling as well, actually, because then you have things for your eyes and the cheeks. And in the back, I have a few bigger palettes. So the only thing you haven't seen from there is this one, which is my NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. But this has been in countless of my videos as well. I mean, look at it, that's completely gone. The other ones are well loved as well, and I mean, it's broken, but you know, the products in there are still working beautifully. Apart from that, you've seen everything in there. It's just my Kiko, my Morphe, and my Z palette with eyeshadows in there. I mean, I can show it to you. This is the only thing that you might have not seen in depth. On this side, it has the eyeshadows, that bit you've seen. And on this side, it just has some cheek products. Or this one is from e.l.f. That's for the lips. But then the rest is for the cheeks. So that's an e.l.f. blush. That's an ABH contour shade that was part of my kit. It's way too dark for me. Then that's a Makeup Geek blush in the shade Summer Fling. And this is a Kryolan blush in the shade Romantic that I actually thought is an eyeshadow, but it turns out it's a blush. And I think I've used that recently in a tutorial as well. So and there's nothing in the back that you haven't seen. Then on the side I have a MAC palette with 3 blushes in there. So I think, oh, I don't know the names. I will put them on the screen because I don't want to get them out now. But they are all really nice and I used them a fair amount of times. My camera is really washing out the pink for some reason. I haven't reached for these in a while though, I don't know, I just don't Don't seem to want to. I have so many other blushes, clearly. And then this one is from Makeup Revolution, and it's the Ultra Blush palette in Sugar and Spice. And I actually love this as well. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That one is super nice. That pinky highlighter works super well as well. And if you're looking for a blush palette from the drugstore, this is a super option. I highly, highly recommend that one. And then everything else you've seen, so I'm not gonna go again into detail of my eyeshadow, it's gonna be linked. And then this is my last drawer. Now this is mostly face paints and SFX stuff, and you know, little like stick-on glitters and like pearl and stuff. So I would not necessarily go into what's in this drawer because I'm not sure many people are interested in this. If you want to know what's in there, let me know. I can film a separate video on it. To be fair, it's a bit messy just because, again, it's not a drawer I reach into too often, or I used to, but not lately. So I would not go through this right now. If you want to know, let me know. I can film a separate video on that. But now, because this video is already way too long, I'm gonna just jump into the clip where I talk about all the few products that I decluttered. It's only just a few, but yeah. Keep on watching, and if you want to know what's in there, let me know. I can do that another time. Alright, if you're still here, you're a true trooper. Well done. I hope you have a nice beverage with you, and I promise we're almost done with the video. So I just have a few bits that I decluttered that I decided to keep in this little pot so you can really see. It truly is just a few bits. And I don't really know what to do with these. Do I put this in my empties, or do I just throw them away? What do people do with the things that they decluttered? Let me know. These are the bits that I mainly declutter because they are way too old. So, you know, it's not something I would be comfortable giving to my friends or family. But you will see as we go. So let's go. The newest item actually in this declutter is the Body Shop Shade Adjusting Drops. And you would have seen in the first part of the video that I have the lightening drops as well. And I bought them at the same time. This one I just haven't really used. And as it was sitting down, it started to have these like white specks in it. Let me see if you can actually see once we zoom in. I don't know if you can see, there are a few white specks in it. And no matter how much I wanted to mix it up, it was just not working. I tried to take the dropper out and then, you know, shake it up that way. I tried to close it and then give it a good shake that way. And no matter what I do, those white specks don't go away. And this is not really an old product. I'm still happily using the lightening drops. But because it has those few weird white specks in this dark colored product, I just don't really feel comfortable using it, and it's really sad because I use this once or twice just as a bronzing drops on myself, and it's just, otherwise it's just going to waste, and it's a shame. But again, because it has those white specks in it that I have no clue where they come from in a dark colored product like this, I just decided that, you know what, I'm not mucking about with that. We're not doing that. Then the next 4 items are all for the lips. Let's start with one of the most iconic ones, and this is the, is it Maybelline? Yes, the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Ultimate Red. Do you remember these? So on one end it has a liquid lipstick, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to tell. Maybe a little bit. There's quite a bit of a gap there, so I use this a lot of the times. It's a really nice orangey red. So on one end it had the liquid lipstick, and then on the other end it had a lip balm that you could put on top of it, so it was a lot more comfortable to wear. And I used this quite a fair amount, and to be fair, it's still, the smell is not the same, but it still smells fairly fruity, and if I would use it on the lips, I'm pretty sure it would still work. But at this point it's so old, and I used a fair amount of it, so I'm like, you know what, no, I need to get rid of it. I never reach for this anymore. And again, it's super old. I used to love this though, it was so long lasting, but again, unfortunately Maybelline is not cruelty free, so it's not, I don't even know if they still make these, but I remember at one point everyone on YouTube was raving about these about 5-6 years ago, maybe even longer, and they were really good, but it got to the point where it just got way too old, so I need to say goodbye. On the opposite end of the spectrum, I don't think anyone talked about this. It's one of those lip pencil or like chubby stick form of lip products, and it was a really like pastel-y pink kind of color. and this was more of a balmy, liquidy kind of texture. Not liquidy, but it's not, you know those creams that are super slidey? That's what it feels like. And it doesn't really have any smell, but the lid as well got so dirty. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see it. There you go. It's just super dirty. I never reach for it, and I'm not sure I mentioned actually, this is from the H&M makeup line. Also, H&M and Topshop makeup, as far as I know, is cruelty-free, so that's great news. But obviously, since then, they changed the packaging. I think this was the first time around when H&M launched any makeup. And it's really sad because I didn't even use enough of it to use up at least a little bit. So when I roll it all the way down, you can see the product. You still can. That's all that's left in there. But it's so old. The packaging, I mean, the cap just looks so rank and dirty. I never reached for it again, and never. So I decided, you know what, what's the point of this being in my collection? I might as well just say goodbye. And I do have a few older products in my makeup, but those are actually ones that I will still reach for, so this is just not one of them. Two more lip products and we're almost done. So the next one is from L'Oreal, and this was the collection Privé. My French is horrible. I think this was the nudes, like the perfect nudes collection. Remember when they had like the perfect reds and the perfect nudes? And this one was, oh my god, I'm gonna butcher her name, Dutson Crows, you know, supermodel, Victoria's Secret supermodel, beautiful Dutch. This is her color, and I bought this because she was beautiful and she seemed fairly pale like I do, and I loved her, so I thought this will be great. But it's really pale. Like, look at that. It's super, super pale. It has a bit of a red on it. I think I used it then a few times to just use it in the middle of my lips to lighten products. And I use it with lip liner, so I tried to make it work, but there's still a lot of it. I mean, look at it. Even on me, it just made me look really dead. So this did not really work out, and it has this like weird pearlescent sheen to it. I'm not even sure it really shows up on my skin. It's just there, but this really shows you how pale this is, and it just make me look really dead, which is a shame because the formula was really nice. And like usually with L'Oreal, even though it's drugstore, the packaging is really nice. It's really YSL like in the sense that it's really chic, and they are part of the same company, so it makes sense. But yes, it's a shame. But again, it came to a time where I decided to tell myself, look Sandra, it's old, you never use it, it really doesn't suit you, and you have loads of other products to use in the middle of the lips if you want to lighten it up. I never reached for these. Unfortunately, I have to say goodbye. Oh yeah, it says it on the bottom, Color Riche Nude, so it was part of the nude collection. And you know, it was loads of celebrities with different nudes. This was clearly not the one for me, but I got it either way, didn't I? Oh well, it's going now. You know, it holds nice memories, but that's it. The next one is actually depotted. I got it, I think, in a magazine. It was a freebie. It was the Neil's Yard lip gloss in the shade Goji Berry. Or Goji? I'm pretty sure it's Goji. And it was a really nice, lightly tinted balm. And originally it was in like a plastic tube, and mine broke. And I decided that, you know what, I don't want to get rid of all the product that's in there because look how much that is. I'm gonna depot it, but then I never reached for it, and I'm pretty sure this was never this thick. I think it's because I had it for so long and I barely reached for it that it became, I think, thicker. And I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see the color. It has a little bit of a tint, but you know, there it is. It's just a really nice neutral, slightly tinted balm that just gives your lips that nice little bit of a gloss and healthy shine. But again, it became so thick, and also it's really messy to use like a tinted balm in a pot. That's, I don't know. I mean, I know I use the Body Shop ones, but for some reason I never reached for it, and I think now is just a bit too late for that, so I will say goodbye to it. And then the last product that we will say bye-bye to is my Benefit eyeshadow in the shade Birthday Suit, and I'm pretty sure it was in one of my project pens. If I can find which one was this in, then I'm gonna link it in the corner. So if you see, I used a fair amount of it. Look, you can see I hit pen in it, and there's a really nice size dip in it. But at this point, it's so dry. There's no really pigment coming off. it just crumbles if I touch it, and it's mainly because the lid broke, and I don't know why. I don't even think they make these anymore. Also, this one came in a kit with another one and like 4 powder shadows, so I think the original packaging of these was a bit bigger. But even the other one, this is Birthday Suit, the other one was called 50 Cent. I remember because it's such a peculiar name, but never mind. And even on that one, the lid broke, so I think it's just a general problem with these. So that one I already threw away because it dried up. And again, this one, it's broken in so many places, the lid, and obviously it means that the cream shadow dried out, which is a shame, but what can you do? It dried out, there's nothing I can do with it. It's just not worth it to revive it. If it would be my favorite, I might have tried to, but for me this one is not worth it, so it's gonna go. But that's it. That's all my collection and my whole products. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. It would mean so much to me. But for now I'm gonna go. I hope to see you in my next video, and that's it. Bye, have a lovely day.